Hello, Knockouts. Tonya TKO here, and I've been seeing a disturbing trend of COVID-19 being used as a way to continue the over-policing of Black bodies in different parts of the globe. We're seeing the video of the man being pulled off of the bus, but I'm going to show you video evidence of unjust policing and blatant discrimination in different countries. And I want you to answer below the question, is COVID-19 the new Jim Crow?
If you do not have a mask, you cannot ride public transportation, sir. Sir, you have to get off the bus. You have to get off the bus. Sir. Sir. You gotta get off the bus, man. I'm gonna have the cops take you off, one or the other. You have to get off, you have to get off, you have to get off. Let's go. I have to get off? Yes, sir. Even though I had this? You don't have no mask. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get off. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get off. Let's go.
First, we have a man with no mask hollering and spraying his aspirations into the air, demanding that other people on the bus get off because they don't have masks. Now, we all know, number one, masks are in short supply. It's very difficult to find masks anywhere. They've been instructing that we cover up with a cloth, a bandana, anything over our faces. And as you see, he goes to the back of the bus and he begins to tell a man who has a scarf across his face that even he can't be on there. And it's already been stated that most of our essential workers, the UPS drivers, the people at Amazon, the people in healthcare, etc., are people of minority descent. So we have essential workers who have to get to work, who are dependent on public transportation to get to those jobs. And now they're not being able to ride public transportation. And look at how when the bus driver, whoever he is, gets to the back of the bus, there's a lighter complected man who doesn't have on a mask, but he directs his attention at this gentleman right there. This is the footage going viral right now of a bunch of quote unquote peace officers forcibly removing a man from the bus. Once he gets off, I want you to take a look and see how many of them aren't wearing masks, which means that they're spraying their own mouth aspirations onto other people into the air. Question. How is the general public supposed to magically appear with masks when healthcare workers themselves don't even have them? First, they told us not to get masks, and now there's an unwritten rule in some cities and states that you can get dragged off of public transportation for not having them. Why not provide free masks?
Yo, you're gonna feel this, man. Look what the fuck y'all calling me, dumbass. Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off my fucking leg. Take me if you fucking want. Where the fuck? Go in this door, man. Fucking pussy ass. I want all y'all fucking badge numbers too. Yeah.
Now, you definitely don't want to be in this position, so if you are asked to leave public transportation, please comply. We don't know how desperate he is to get to his job and what other options and alternatives he has to get there, but you definitely don't want a bunch of these people who are high risk themselves squirting and spraying their throat and esophagus lung aspirations out in the air onto you. Before COVID, some people in the police force were looking for ways to discriminate. Don't give them an excuse. The name of the game now is to get out of COVID safely.
Jody Armour is a law professor at USC Law School. He and other academics believe wearing masks can pose a problem for people of color.
The fear of being mistaken for a dangerous criminal may be greater than the fear of contracting COVID-19. Wearing protective masks while Black is a concern just like driving while Black is.
Now, this may seem a little dramatic to you. I have to admit, the first time that I saw it, I thought it was a little dramatic, wearing a mask while Black. But then I came across the next piece of footage.
This officer right here behind us, he just followed us from outside, told us that we cannot wear masks. There's a presidential order, there's a state order, and he's following us right now to the store. we're being asked to leave for being safe.
So, are we supposed to wear a mask? Are we not supposed to wear a mask? Which one is it? It's getting confusing. But one thing that's becoming clear is that this seems like an excuse just to discriminate against people with black bodies. Now, this one right here is really rich. This was taken in good old China, the place where the coronavirus COVID-19 flu first was seen in the wet markets of Wuhan. And if you need me to do a video on the wet markets, let me know. But I took a screenshot of this so that you can see what it says. It says, notice, we've been informed that from now on, black people are not allowed to enter the restaurant for the sake of your health consciously. Notify the local police for medical isolation. Please understand the inconvenience caused. Police telephone 110. Come on, China. What are you doing? And take a look. You're going to see the woman with the papers in her hand handing it out. So it's not like this is a secret. This reminds me of the pain we used to feel growing up when we used to patronize certain Asian shops and they would follow us around, harass us, and bully us. I don't know why we thought it would be different on mainland China.
We must have a concentration of in isolation.
Why? Who isolates who? For what?
Because the coronavirus is very serious now.
Are you on isolation? Are you isolated?
No.
So why should we be isolated? Give me one reason. Why should we be isolated?
These people are coming to quarantine us inside our hotel.
Are the Chinese isolated?
Chinese are walking about. Those are the Chinese going about their daily activities. But because we are Africans, these people want to quarantine us. Why should we be quarantined?
Why?
And China, tell us why we should quarantine China. Tell us why we should be quarantined. China is outside. We should be, tell us why we should be quarantined. You should tell.
And if you think that's bad, just wait till you see the next clip, where in China, they are evicting black people from their apartments, evicting them from hotels, not renting apartments to them, not allowing them to stay in hotels, and then criminalizing it for them to be on the streets. And when we start asking whether or not COVID-19 is the new Jim Crow, we're going to take a look at some anti-vagrancy laws that were rampant in the United States after the quote-unquote freeing of the enslaved peoples.
On April 8th, a large number of African people in the southern Chinese city Guangzhou were driven out by their landlords and had to stay on the streets. Another video shows many Africans dragging their luggage aimlessly through the streets of Guangzhou. One of them says, "We are just walking on the road. They can't give us a house, they can't give us a hotel, and they cannot provide a place we can stay." It comes after all of the cases reported by Guangzhou authorities in April were reportedly related to African people. It's led to discrimination against Africans among local Chinese. One citizen says the Africans staying on the street are a potential safety threat and a virus transmission hazard.
So let's talk about these Jim Crow-esque policies. After the enslaved Africans were quote-unquote set free in the United States, the southern regions came up with anti-vagrancy laws, which pretty much made it illegal for you not to have housing or to be underemployed. They criminalized people getting out of a situation where they did not have those things. And guess what happened to them? They were then put into indentured servitude in the prison system because, you know, the 14th Amendment outlaws slavery unless the person commits a quote-unquote crime.
African Americans, for example, are having a higher death rate.
Meet Dr. John Campbell. He's a retired nurse out of the UK, and he does daily videos giving COVID-19 worldwide updates on YouTube. It is his theory that vitamin D wards off respiratory tract infections, and that it's part of the reason that many Black people are succumbing to the disease, because outside of our native Africa, we are just not able to produce vitamin D at a sufficient enough level to ward off this virus.
African Americans, for example, are having a higher death rate than their white counterparts. And I also believe that vitamin D is partly accountable for this because the sun makes vitamin D more slowly the darker the colour of your skin.
In the next video, we're going to be diving deeper into ways that COVID-19 has been negatively and adversely affecting Black and brown people, including some French doctors who feels that it would be a good idea to test the vaccine in Africa because they're Africans. This is why it's so important to have your own. We as Black people in the whole of the diaspora are going to have to make a lot of changes. I want you to come over to my website, TonyaTKO.com/contact, and I want you to drop me some videos over there if you have seen any and have noticed this trend too. I want you to also leave your comment below and let me know, is COVID-19 the new Jim Crow? Thank you for watching. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notifications to be notified of new videos. Leave a comment below and come over to TonyaTKO.com to subscribe to my personal mailing list, send me a message, or find out more about matchmaking. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.